Hey, what's up, family, and welcome to Hoy Family Fitness. I'm Millionaire Hoy,
And I'm Tiffany Hoy.
and today we're going to be talking about Tiffany's huge monumental feat of losing 50 pounds. All right, I know a lot of you all have questions, and a lot of you all are on your own weight loss journey. So, what we want to do is create this video where I'm going to interview her, and we're going to have some conversations about the best tips, the best things that she did that actually worked, where her mind state was and is, and the lifestyle changes that have occurred as a result to that. All right, so you all go ahead and stay prepared. Now, this video is going to be a little bit longer than our average one, so there will be some time stamps for you all to follow along. If you want to get to specific parts, or if you watch previous parts of this video and want to go ahead and get to that. All right, if you all have more questions, please ask down below. We're doing this video to be helpful to you all. So if you have questions, we're gonna do our best to answer them. And if you have enough questions, we'll do a part 2 to this video. All right, so the first question is, how long have you been trying to lose weight?
I understand that it's a really good question, but it's kind of hard to answer because I've kind of been like struggling with my weight for a while. So I'll give you the short answer. If we're going from me being at my heaviest to now, it's been just a little over a year, maybe like a year and a month. But I've been struggling with my weight going up and down for maybe a decade now.
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit longer than that. I would say probably since our first daughter was born, and she's about to turn, what, 17 now?
Yeah.
So time does fly. For those of you all who do not know us, Tiffany and I have been together since we were 14. I'm going to let you do the math on our age now when I reveal that we've been together for 23 years now. We met in high school, but when we were younger, she always felt that she was too skinny. And so she did have some body issues before that, where how she perceived herself. And then after our second child, she's been struggling to lose weight since then. So what is it about a year and a half ago that made you feel that, okay, I need to do something about my weight?
I feel like I kind of hit like a rock bottom. I didn't like taking photos. I didn't like how I looked in the photos that I did either have to take or did take, like when we were out with family and things like that. And I got tired of trying to hide myself or, edit photos to where I look a little bit better. And also, just I wasn't able to move. I wasn't able to really run, or, I mean, not that I'm just out here running or whatever, but not being able to
It's pretty fast.
get up out, not being able to get out of the bed, like a normal person, I guess you would say. Everything felt extremely heavy. My legs felt heavy. And then, just the realization that health issues will come with that as well.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk about health issues. But one thing is, with losing 50 pounds, I mean, it's literally weight. I have a weighted vest. It goes up to 60 pounds. I'm usually having about 20 pounds of weight in that. And it significantly changes the workout when I have a 20-pound vest on. So just having an additional 50 pounds, for those of you all who are watching and going through it, you may not recognize that the big difference now, but as that weight comes off, just put extra weight on you right now. Put on a weighted vest and you'll see the difference. All right, so things will improve as you begin to start losing weight. So the next question is, what was your heaviest weight and how did you find yourself there?
My heaviest weight was 217 pounds. I'm 5'3", 5'3" and for me, that's extremely, too much weight for my body type. And I wouldn't say that I got there like all at once. Like, I mean, obviously it was gradual, but I mean, like, I did have some fluctuation, meaning by the time I noticed that I was 217 pounds, it was after even finding out that I had lupus, which was in 2018, and I had to take steroids, which helped with that weight gain.
In 2018, we discovered Tiffany had lupus. She was in the hospital for a week. We didn't know what was going on. Before that, she's had issues for a month where she couldn't walk or grab a hold of things. And we took her to some emergency care people who told her, what did they tell you?
They told me that I had tendonitis in my arm.
Yeah, so they said that she had tendonitis. So we went and said, let's get a second opinion. And other people said, I think they said it was still tendonitis.
Yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, no, it's tendonitis.
Yeah, and so, I mean, she was just like at night in the bed. I had to massage her back. I'd get up about 3 or 4 times throughout the night and just have to massage her muscles. It was like as though they were atrophying. And I said, you know what? We need to go to the hospital. We need to just get you admitted to the best hospital that can handle this type of issue. And so we took her to the hospital, and she was in the hospital for a week, and they could not figure out what was going on until ultimately they diagnosed her with lupus. When she got out of the hospital, she actually lost a whole lot of weight. She
I actually
probably,
lost a whole lot of weight before I went to the hospital.
yeah, she lost a
Like
whole lot of weight.
rapidly.
And she was sitting up, being happy about like, man, I look good. I'm like, baby, but you need to get healthy.
Yeah.
Looks are one thing, but it's a different thing between how you look and how you are. We want her to be healthy and to be here with our family and just to enjoy life. So,
When I lost the weight, I
yeah,
lost a lot of muscle. So I literally, even though I could walk when I got out of the hospital, because that was one of the struggles, I couldn't walk before or drive or anything. Though I could walk when I got out of the hospital, I couldn't really lift my leg extremely high. So if there were like high stairs, that was still a difficulty for me. Like I couldn't jump. I remember telling Millionaire, like I wanted to look at something on my shelf. My body and my mind felt like, oh, I can do this now because I'm starting to feel normal. I'm starting to feel like myself again. My muscles were extremely still sore and just weak. So it took months for me to even be able to use my muscles properly, even though I could grip onto things and everything. It's still like I couldn't really work out. Like I think when I first started working out, it was like maybe a month or two after I came
yeah,
from the hospital, and it was like I think I did the 21-day jump start, and I'm thankful that there was no equipment in that really
yeah.
because I couldn't use any weights. I could grip it, but I couldn't lift anything. My muscles were just seemed like gone completely.
Wow.
The weight gain came so rapidly that I mean I knew that it was coming because my doctor did warn me, but I didn't know that it would be coming as soon as like I felt like as soon as I ate one thing, like on a cartoon or something, how it just you could see it. That's how I felt. I felt like every single thing that I ate contributed directly and immediately to my weight gain. And though I couldn't control how hungry I was, even though I knew I'm like, okay, the doctor told me that the medicine will make me feel like I'm just like I need to eat constantly. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because I know that that's what it's going to do. And it's so, though that, it's so difficult to still try to battle that because like your body is like, no, we're hungry. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And so I felt like I couldn't control it. I felt like I couldn't stop eating. And I felt like all of the weight gain, I just didn't feel like myself at all. I felt like I was looking at somebody that was in like a fat suit because it was so like I could see it everywhere. It wasn't just in my face, it was in my arms. I felt like my chest and my shoulder, even my shoulders, I could tell like they were bigger. And I was just like, I don't look like me. I didn't feel like me. I didn't look like me. And I felt really, really bad because I'm like, I don't even know how anyone could look at me. That's how I felt. Though you
Yeah.
were extremely understanding of it, I just felt like,
Well, it's not
oh,
even just understanding. It's like we've been together for our entire lives. I feel like I've known you
yeah,
my whole life. And one thing I want to ensure her because I just knew that her confidence, like I felt like she was depressed, honestly.
I
And
was.
just trying to pull her out of that and just always being like, man, look, we're gonna get through this together. I've been depressed before and I've been like in dark places. And even though if you have people who are trying to cheer you on, you feel like you're the person who's like pooping up the party. But I just always want to let her know that I love her unconditionally. And like even though she had gained weight, like this is the same body that when we were in high school, I couldn't wait to come around the corner and see if she was down the hallway before I went to division, or the same body that when I stay over late over our house and we watch Boy Meets World till about 10 o'clock, I had to go on the bus stop. It'd be so freezing cold, and she'd be hugging me on the bus stop. Tiffany's been through me with some dark times. When I was young, she was she was with me when I was homeless, and I always knew I had a place in her arms. So it's like I never looked at it in any different kind of way other than I'm here to support you. I want you to be healthy. It's not about aesthetics or looks or anything like that. It's like I love you and I want you to be healthy. We got a plan. Our youngest child turns 18, we'll be 50. So we want to stay as healthy as possible so that age 50 we can get our teen years back because we got started on kids early. We had our first child when we were 18. So Tiffany was pregnant when I was 17. So we're going to get our teen years back, the last two, at age 50. So we got to stay healthy for that. All right. So going to the next question. What was it about now that made her finally, make that decision to lose weight? Because I know a lot of you all have probably been going through that for a long time. Like, I've been trying to lose weight for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 3, or even a year. And you've tried before and you stopped. You might have even lost weight and then you gained it back. What is it about now that led you to start working out?
I think sometimes things just click for you. And, obviously the bigger reasons is because I'm like, as long as I stay healthy, the lupus will be pretty much at bay. That's one reason.
Hmm.
Because I want to keep it in remission or whatever it's doing now where I'm not being bothered by it. I like this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But another reason was I honestly felt like I did hit rock bottom as far as like the way that I didn't like the way that I not only looked, but I didn't like the way that I felt. I felt extremely heavy and sick all the time and I couldn't get sleep. And it's like no position that I slept in was comfortable. Like the extra weight really feel. I think I remember telling you at one point, I'm like, I feel almost like I did when I was pregnant with one of our kids. The
Mm.
extra weight was just so heavy, and I felt so sad about it. And I remember telling myself like I can't keep complaining about it, and then eating the same, not working out consistently. I'm like, I really want to change how I look. I don't know exactly what clicked for me, but I know it was just a feeling of I'm tired. Like I was just
Yeah.
extremely tired of, being that person that couldn't fit into any clothes. I knew exactly the clothes that I wanted to get, but I would go to the store and they will look horrible on me, to me. And I'm like, I know it's not all about looks, but I don't like the way that I look and
Looks
I
is a
want to
part of it.
change
Let's
it,
be real. Everybody want to look good. All
Yeah.
right. What ended up happening is, I saw her like in a position to where she wanted to do something. And those of you all who have spouses who you are trying to help lose weight, I'm going to be sprinkling in some of the things that was helpful for me as far as assisting her with this. But I saw that she was already depressed. And when lockdown happened, she had huge amounts of anxiety about the state of the world, what's going to happen. We've never had anything like this happen in the world before. And when lockdown initially happened, it was supposed to be for 2 weeks. And so I just looked at her. I said, "Hey, look, for this 2 weeks, with all this stuff that's going on in health is more important than ever. Let's start working out. We're going to start working out. Did I say tomorrow or today? I can't remember.
It was probably today,
Yeah,
Newbie.
I'm a today kind of person. So I'm like, let's start working out now. We're gonna work out, and we went right into it. We started working out an hour per day, 6 days a week, and stretching on 7. So really 7 days a week. And for me, I wanted to get into a routine and not really have much room for flexibility initially because it was supposed to be more like of a shock of getting into it. Now we did have workouts that she was able to do, but I just wanted her to get into the habit of working out. I've talked to probably tens of thousands of people over the last 8 years of being a trainer, and especially an online trainer. And I've heard different people's stories, so I did have a lot of experience in dealing with people who went through things psychologically and emotionally, and even physically as far as exercise. So that did help out a whole lot as far as helping to guide her. But with that, with all adversity, I believe there's opportunities, like hidden gems and hidden opportunities. And so I want to take this time to not only help her with the weight loss, but also with her anxiety, her depression, and also have a positive outlet, something that you can do. We're in a house. We're going to be more sedentary. So it's either be in a house, gain more weight, feel worse, and probably suffer from some more issues from lupus because of that, or other complications, because you're not just limited to one thing, or let's get in shape. And I felt at that point that I kind of had her consent, because you do have to get that as a partner, otherwise you'd be more overbearing and more of a person who's like a drill sergeant. We actually started our workout journey together 12 years ago. We did P90X together. We did like the first few
Squat.
weeks of, we did squat together before P90X. Then we did P90X together, and then a little bit of insanity. She said, "You're crazy. I'm out of here for that." Right? It was too much cardio, and Tiffany doesn't like cardio. So that's how we got started this time. It was supposed to be for 2 weeks, and now it's been for 1 year and 28 days, I believe.
Yeah.
So, and we joke about this often, because I was like, if I told you it was going to be a year and 28 days, would you have signed up for that? And what's your answer to that?
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
But
not.
she could do 2 weeks. And we just kept going. And that's the thing about, weight loss and exercise. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other and don't even look back. But if you happen to look back, you'd be surprised at how far you've come, you know, over that period of time. Just one foot. The greatest journey is one foot at a time, one foot in front of the other. So was there a wake up moment or a breaking point moment?
Yeah, I think, don't get me wrong, lupus absolutely was a wake up moment, but it wasn't the only thing. Like, before I was even diagnosed with that, I wanted to start working out. I wanted to be healthier. I think, just like I said, me not feeling like myself.
And so the photo thing was tricky because in some photos she would kind of place herself behind like the kids or try not to be seen. I'm like, baby, live your life. Don't wait to live. Don't wait to love yourself.
Yeah.
Take photos. I know it's not the same thing. She's going through a weight loss journey. I'm going through my braces journey right now. It's not the same thing, but sometimes people would go with their braces. They try not to show their teeth or anything. I said, they gave me the option and say, can we get you some transparent braces or whatever? I said, give me the big old metal braces. Give me the biggest,
The
most
originals.
metal braces you can give me. And I'm going to shine big and bright with my smile. I'm going to take as many photos as I can. I'm not going to try to, change my personality. And I have to learn how to talk around these. I'm still learning. But hardship is only like embarrassing if you stay in the bad position. If you
Yeah.
overcome something, then it becomes a testimony. I look back in the days we were so broke. What they said, we was poor. We couldn't even afford the other O or R. We wouldn't even pour. We were so broke, and in those times I didn't take a lot of photos. But I'm like, man, that's a lot of our life that I didn't document with when the children were younger, the older kids, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that's something I kind of regret now. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have just lived my life. Don't wait to live. Don't wait to love yourself. Don't hide in photos. Live bright. Live your full life now and live as if you're going to lose this weight. You bet on yourself. Put in that work every single day and be proud. Don't wait until you look a certain way to be like, okay, now I'm me. Don't front of
Yeah.
yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. So next question is probably the most burning question people ask when it comes to losing weight, especially for themselves. And that question is, how long did it take? All right. When you want to lose weight, the first thing is like, how long I got to do this? How long is this going to take? Right.
Yeah.
So for you, how long did it take to lose over 50 pounds?
It took a year and 28 days. No, it did take about a year though,
Yeah.
honestly. Now, that doesn't mean I started seeing results a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? I want to say I started to see results after about 6 months, honestly. And that's like the physical appearance results. I started feeling better and sleeping better within like the first maybe 2 months.
Okay.
That's the very first thing I noticed. I was like, oh my God, I can sleep better. Because usually I have like a back problem and it's due to posture and stuff like that. So when I was consistent for a month, like my sleep was, I could sleep through the night without having like a neck issue or back issue or feeling like I'm sinking into the bed, because that's
Yeah.
what it felt like. That's what it would feel like I was just heavy on the bed. But to start seeing results, like, oh, these pants fit a little bit,
Okay. Some little gains.
that was in about 6 months of
Okay.
being completely consistent and having a okay diet. You know what I mean?
So the thing is, when it comes to losing weight, like you may hear these numbers like 1 year, like, oh my God, 6 months, like, oh no, I need to lose weight right now. I'm talking about I need to lose weight in the next month, in the next 2 months. Now the thing about weight loss, there's two things. I got some good news and some bad news. All right. The first thing is weight loss is not fast and it's not linear. All right. So the weight will go up, it'll come down, it'll go up, but as long as you're trending down, that's fine. The other thing is it's not like you're saving up like the results to all get them deposited at once. Throughout this, you'll gradually improve. And one thing that's going to motivate you is when you start seeing results. You're like, man, all right, this is working. All right, I'm going back into this thing, right?
Yeah.
And so motion creates emotion. If you're seeing and you're doing more, then you're going to be more motivated to continue. So whether you're trying to learn how to do handstands, or you're trying to learn how to do the push up or pull up, or you're trying to get better at cardio or run a better mile, the question for all these new things becomes, how long will it take? And I think that that's a very natural mindset to have going into something like this, but it's not one that really lends itself to you continuing, because you're always going to be trying to look at the end result as opposed to the experience. And I think it's way more productive and constructive to focus on the process and learning more and going through it and experiencing it. This is an experience that you're going through. So you want to be able to kind of document it in your own head and live through it as honestly and truthfully as possible. So take on that experience, take on that journey. Which leads us to the next question is, how did you stay motivated?
This is tricky because sometimes I'm not motivated even now.
Which is fine.
As much as I don't like cardio, me seeing that after a month of doing like because we were doing series, like 30-day series at a time, I noticed that I could last a little bit longer. And my husband here likes to encourage me during the workout, which is amazing, but it throws me off a lot of times. And so
I'll catch her doing something like, oh man, oh, I see you got down and you did that. And then she gets shy. She be blushing and stuff. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to big you up. Because I mean, genuinely, it's dope. And I'm like, I'm amazed when I see something like that, you know. But when she gets in her zone, she likes to stay in her zone. Like if I say, oh, we got 10 more seconds, so that motivates some people. For her, it's like, yo, now I'm living this full 10 microwave seconds, you know what I mean, that you just threw up on me that would have been going by now. But now it's like the end of the school day almost. I'm looking at the clock.
So yeah,
different strokes, different folks.
He'll encourage me. And the first time that I noticed that I was getting better at cardio, he was like, "You realize that you didn't take a break? Like you just kept going with the move." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't take a break." You know what I mean? And so I don't really like cardio because of my feet mainly. I've gotten better at it, which is really good. You know,
but
as far as my stamina,
feet,
but
just throwing that in there.
My flat feet hurt so bad during cardio.
She doesn't have chicken talons or anything.
So having him motivate me in that way does help, because it's like, oh, wait a minute. Because there are things that I don't even notice that I'm doing better, but he can see me. For me, I'm just like, oh, this still feels like a struggle. And he'll be like, no, you don't realize that you're actually doing this move. Like my form will be better, or like do more reps, or last the whole 35 seconds or whatever it is. And also me wanting to learn how to do different things with exercise. For me, I love like stretching and yoga. I love flexibility and all of that. And so me being able to add some of that stuff in and learning how to do new splits or new yoga moves, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. Or I see, him doing something, or Massey or somebody doing something, and I'm like,
Massey Arias.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll be like, man, I want to try that. And that is what will motivate me. Because, just to be honest, just the thought of working out is like, that's not really motivating to me. And
for me, like, motivation is my department, honestly. What I do, because our situation is different. Oftentimes when you see couples come into, working out, they're either both trying to get fit or they're both just like completely ripped. We're coming for a situation where I'm in shape and she's trying to get in shape. And that can be intimidating. So one thing I really focus on is welcoming her into the space and making it a place to where it's not this just mine. So one thing that I did was I took my workout studio and I built a separate section for her and said, this is your spot. Like this is your home. Like you're in here. I put up another mirror up there and everything, right? But what I try to do is I try to take like the workout journey and make it more like a workout adventure. So I'll do things like I'll just surprise her with like crazy. I know what motivates me is workout clothes. That's one of the things. Smelling good when I work out, doing new workout moves, having new workout challenges, and definitely having some drip. All right. So I'll just like surprise her with like all types of workout clothes, because if you have them, you can't really wear them and do much else. I mean, I know people do athleisure now, but she gets mad boxes from Nike, or we get like matching outfits, and I'll put like custom team jerseys, or like have Team Hoy and stuff like that. So I'm like, we're a team. Yeah, like these. I made these shirts. Like we're a team and we're going at this together. So I don't care if I've already been doing this. You've been seeing and picking up stuff that I've been doing anyhow. So like, we're a team and we're going at this together. And, I'll do a workout in the morning, and then I'll wait like an hour, and then we'll do another hour together, So I'm like, man, at that point, we're in the same condition. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already fatigued. I'm sweating crazy because y'all doing the Hoy Pro workouts. Y'all know how we giving it up. So yeah, just having stuff like that. When we reached day 100, I got us, because my daughter, I'm not gonna leave her out of here for the first 150 days coming into this journey. My wife and our eldest daughter was working out with us as well. So making it all the way to day 150. And when we get to day 100, I ordered us some custom trophies that said congratulations on crushing 100 days of workout and stuff like that. And it was just like a big moment. So for those of you all who are watching, if you're trying to support your significant other as far as workouts, my personal advice I want to offer to you is like, you want to maintain two stations, and that's what you want to provide support and provide structure. So I just talked about support with all of that. Structure is I'm the clock, right? So 12 o'clock, we know what we're doing. We're working out, and we did that for the first 100 days. Now, sometimes we work out at 5 because we're more into the habit. The habit has set in. But initially, it's like no matter what's going on at 12 o'clock, just like, it's noon, it's time to work out. So I was the clock, and then I also provided the structure as far as the workout plans and stuff like that. So just supporting structure, being a cheerleader, and also being somebody who, holds her accountable. Yeah, that's kind of how we dealt with motivation. I like to find cool ways to like make workouts fun, or, if she's not feeling a certain way, then we may compromise. As a matter of fact, in our new relationship goals challenge, we have a workout called Compromise. And in that, I know she doesn't like cardio, and we got to get our cardio in. So it's arms, legs, and then cardio. So we sneaking some cardio in by having some weight training. And even though she hated the cardio, at the end of the workout, I got a hug and a kiss. I got a hug and a kiss out of the deal because she felt good. So sometimes being in love and being a partner isn't just about always saying a nice thing or doing a nice thing. Sometimes you do have to have some tough love, but it's still love. It's not just being a jerk. It's like we need to get this cardio in, but let's make it fun. So yeah, that's how we dealt with motivation. So the next question is, how did you manage your diet and nutrition? I'm going to ask you a few sub questions around this. So how did you manage your diet and your nutrition?
I'm someone who likes variety when it comes to food. I don't necessarily like to keep the same exact thing every day.
That's a diss.
It's not a diss. It's just a difference.
That's a diss. For those of y'all who know my diet, I've had the same breakfast for the past 10 years, probably longer. And if you all know it, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you know what I eat for breakfast.
It's not a diss. It's a difference. And so
that's pretty smooth. All right.
So
it's the truth, though.
For me, I like for things to look really, I guess, like pretty for me to eat.
Okay.
And so I'll go on like Pinterest or something like that, and I'll just look up meals that are healthy or healthy-ish. Still struggling a little bit. And I'm not like too much of a picky eater. I don't mind like healthier foods. I know some people, they may be like, I don't know what exactly would be healthy or whatever the case may be, but it's some real, I think if you are the type of person that loves to eat like I do, and you like the presentation of food, you can find some really amazing stuff on like Pinterest. That helped me out a lot. I did try to meal prep, but with the amount of people that we have in this house, meal prepping doesn't necessarily work for me, I don't feel like.
And how many people do we have?
We have 7 people all together.
There you go.
It's us 2 and then 5 children.
5 children, 2 dogs. Big family.
If I was to meal prep, it would be usually for like a lunch or something like that. Like, okay, I know what I'm eating for lunch. But still, that would mean that I'm cooking separate lunches or separate dinners for everybody. Well, not separate, but just 2 usually, because they may not eat exactly what I'm eating. Or
you could just give them whatever you eat and they better eat it. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to make their own food? Like,
no, but I'm saying if I meal prepped it beforehand,
yeah, and
it's lunch, then on that day, I may want to do something else. And so now I'm double cooking is what I mean.
And FYI, if y'all hear it's like some stumping, that's one of our 5 children. Our youngest daughter, she wears boots and dresses. And she just, there it is right there. Boots and dresses. And she just runs through the house all day with like a tiara on. So she's going through that stage right now. So pardon the extra sound effects. It's nothing we can do about it. We've tried. But yeah, as far as like meal prep, a lot of people come into and are really motivated. Like, hey, look, I'm gonna prep everything. And I think over time you kind of find a way to deal with that meal prep. For me, it's making sure I have the same breakfast every morning. That way I get up, I wake up at 4:30. I make my breakfast. I don't have to think about it. I know what I'm eating. And guess what? I'm on track, right? So if you want to make it throughout the entire day, a good thing is to start off right, right? So I
Yeah.
know I'm starting off right every day with my breakfast, which I'm not going to say because you all going to tell me in the comments if you know.
I did have a breakthrough though.
Okay.
I realized that if I eat, well, okay, so here's the thing. I like oatmeal anyway. Grew up on it, right? So I never had an issue with oatmeal being the breakfast of choice. I just was like, I don't want this every day. But I found out that if I put blueberries in my oatmeal every day, that I like it and I can
Okay.
do that every day. But that's just like that's recently. That's literally within like the last week or so.
So did you follow any diets or any like nutrition plans?
Did I? Sometimes I did. Like for me, I love seafood. So I went through this phase where I'm like, I can just eat seafood every day.
Is
It's
that a diet plan or a nutrition plan, or that's just you want to eat seafood all the time? Like that's not.
what do you mean by diet and nutrition plan?
Like
That's like
like
pescatarian.
Weight Watchers or
No.
like oh yeah. So you didn't follow. I'm just clarifying for the folks
Okay. Yeah. No. No.
who
No.
may
No.
want that
No.
information. Did you take any like teas or you know anything like that or any hydroxy cut or
No.
okay.
Not at all.
All right, just getting
Absolutely
those out
not.
the way because people are going to probably ask down below in the comments,
Yeah. No.
Are there some things in your diet that you cut out that were helpful to you in your journey?
That I cut out.
Yeah. Like people want to know tips, like how can they
I
lose weight,
absolutely had to cut down on salt. And like literally as a teenager, I would eat so much salt. You remember this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And like even like I say, even before like lupus, I would feel inflamed by like salt. I would feel like really bloated. And so that's one thing that I cut down on. And it was difficult for me at first because it's absolutely something that I loved to put in my food. Like I had to taste it in order for me to feel like food tasted good. But now I'm like, I can taste the food, I can taste the other seasonings.
Yeah.
And just learning about that's another thing, learning about different seasons. And I like to garden as well. So growing some of my own food helped
Okay.
growing like the tomatoes, the herbs, the peppers, stuff like that. It did help with my nutrition because I'm like, I'm eating what I grew. And now trying to eliminate sugar is another thing.
Yeah. I would say
So
sugar and bread are like on the top of the list as far as
that's,
elimination, but it's
yeah.
all a work in progress, and that's the thing. Like as far as diet, that's something that I didn't really, get too involved with in her journey because I felt like that would become too helicoptery, to make up a word. I didn't want to every time she had something on the plate being over her because one of the reasons we stopped working out because I had to make a decision, over a decade ago, like, do I want to be a husband or do I want to be a trainer? And being her trainer was leading to problems as far as, our relationship. And so I said, you know what, we're just going to have to separate, she had things separate, like she had a Peloton bike, or she'll go to the gym and I'll work out from home, stuff like that. And so now it's like just having boundaries for certain things and then trying to, just like if I catch her doing something nice, like with oatmeal, like, oh, I see what your oatmeal, I see what your blueberries, and going back to what I said as far as support and structure, not so much structure when it comes to the diet, because like I said, that's a lifetime thing, or that's just like, it becomes kind of wild, for how we relate to each other. That might work for some of you all. Yeah, as far as with your diet, did you like count calories or anything like that?
Absolutely. I got the my fit is it my
My
fitness
Fitness
pal.
Pal,
I got my fitness
Fitness
pal.
Homie.
And I was able to. The good thing about it is you can scan the food or whatever the case may be. Not to give them a plug or nothing like that.
No,
But
give them a plug. There's a dope platform.
absolutely,
It's free. They do have some paid things. I've used it in the past. I don't personally count calories, but you can go in there. And I think what's really awesome about it is we're not really mindful of the food that we put in our body because our
or the
stomachs
drinks.
or the drinks. That's a good point. Our
Yeah.
stomachs have more of a volume sensor. All right, they don't really. It doesn't have a calorie sensor, so you can eat a family size bag of M&Ms, and not feel the difference. But that's like 40 apples. If you ate like 40 apples, you know what I'm saying, then
That's
you would be
crazy.
like, man, I just ate what's 40 apples. Apples about 40 to 60 calories. So 4, 6. That's like 2,400 calories, right? So if you ate, I did do that right. Yeah, that's 2,400 calories. If you eat 2,400 calories in M&Ms, you're not going to notice it. But if you ate 40 apples, that volume in your stomach, you would definitely see the difference. And so there's so many things that are sneaky foods that are high in calories and will absolutely, result in, added weight to your body that aren't really even going to fill you up. And
Yeah.
so using apps like MyFitnessPal is a great way. I think everyone should do it at least for a little while. I personally, I'm an intuitive eater, but it took years to get to that point. I did count calories initially. But just look and see how much is in what you're eating, and do it in a healthy way. All of the things that we're suggesting are done in a healthy way, not in a way to where you're looking at it and now you're very restrictive. Just be more knowledgeable. If you buy something in the package, look at the back of the package first. If you look at the ingredients, it's going to be indexed based on weight. So if the first thing on there is sugar, that means that sugar weighs the most in the ingredients that's put in there. So if sugar is the top four ingredients, you might want to not deal with that. Also understand the different terms for sugar. Usually if it has OSE in it, it's sugar, like sucralose, fructose, lactose, etc. We'll talk about nutrition another day because I'm going to keep going in about it. But
Oh, just another tip though, like even if you're looking at the back of whatever it is that you're eating, sometimes let's say for instance, you'll see 140 calories for a
yeah,
particular thing or a particular drink. If you don't look at the serving size,
yeah,
you'll get tricked because sometimes it'll say, okay, it's 140 calories per serving. And they'll say, oh, this is a half of a serving, or this is these
1/24
are
of a serving.
two.
I've seen some wild serving
Yeah,
sizes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or they'll give you like a really low per serving, like, oh, these are 80 calories or something like that. But then it's worth the drink or whatever is worth two servings. So you'll drink the whole 20 ounce or whatever it
yeah.
is and you won't realize that you've taken in two servings, and so that has doubled now.
And the thing is, and we're talking about the back of the package, which,
Yeah.
is regulated. The front of the package is all advertisement. If you see things on there like organic or
Low fat.
light, low fat, and like fats, buzzwords, they're not really held liable for those terms. And different terms mean different things. Like if they can say healthy heart, if it does certain things, I'm not gonna go into all those specifics in this video, but the back of the package is where the business is. The front of the package is to get you to buy the item. But you can avoid a lot of this if you opt for a whole food diet. The front of the package of a sweet potato is the skin. So
Which is very important to eat as well,
yeah,
by the way.
that's how I'm going down now. I'm not gonna go too much into like nutrition advice because I'm not a clinical dietitian. I'm what you would call a nutritionist, which is somebody who has a love for nutrition and studies it. But I can't diagnose or anything like that. So, is there any tips that you can give from your personal experience that helps you with nutrition, overcoming cravings? Things that you like. I know one thing you stopped doing is eating fried foods. She used to love Popeye's chicken, and going back to MyFitnessPal, she looked and saw the ingredients. She calculated it, and it was like 1,000 calories for like a three piece or something.
It was no, it was honestly like 1,200 calories, which is pretty much my calories for the day,
Yeah,
almost.
I'm like, you can love that chicken from Popeye. It don't love you,
And
man. Like 1,200
I
calories.
looked at that and I
Jeez
said,
Louise.
man, like, you mean to tell me I can eat like a two-piece or three-piece tender and I can't eat nothing else? And this is like lunch. I
Man,
can't eat anything else for the
that's
rest of the
breakfast, lunch,
day
and dinner each piece.
without, gaining crazy pounds, because that's not gonna be the only thing I eat. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and if you had that biscuit and survive it, then you eat that dry biscuit. That's gonna add more calories to it, and then you got the condiments. You gotta add the hot sauce to it. You
Well,
know,
I wouldn't add the hot sauce
you don't
too.
have to. I've seen hot, not you, but I've seen people do hot sauce. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
I'm not a Popeye'ologist, and I'm not just crapping on them, though they deserve it. There's a lot of other places, who's offering up crap, and
Yeah.
one of the issues when it comes to food is convenience. We get into, and so some people try to counter that with meal preps. But if you're out here in the wild, I call it, which is out in the world without food or a
Yeah.
backup plan, then you're subject to you find yourself hungry if you don't have a plan, and then you say I gotta get something to eat quick, and that's gonna be fast food. what comes quick is not gonna be helpful for you, you know.
Absolutely.
So what we do is we have a set of fast food places that we may eat from. Places like here we eat some Panera sometimes. There's a really nice place in Chicago where we're from called True Foods Kitchen, located downtown. They have top notch quality. You know,
Anti-inflammatory diet is
yeah,
what they say.
anti-inflammatory. And then we
Yeah.
also like to eat from roti, which is a Mediterranean food. I like a lot of Mediterranean food when it comes to like
So good.
eating out. But yeah, have those options. Have a backup plan if you're not gonna have your food prepped. I don't do weekly preps. I prep my food for the day, and actually because I do work from home, I'm in a position where I can prep my food fresh. I stopped prepping weekly because I like fresh ingredients and whole foods, and
Yeah.
they tend to expire quickly because it's real food. So
Yeah.
usually a day or two on my prep at max, just from my personal point of view.
If you study and you research what is in the food, you know what you're actually putting into your body. Like I said, I honestly can't unsee that. And if I feel like it's something that's, doing something crazy to my body, then I it's now nasty to me. And I know that's probably a crazy way of looking at it, but I cannot eat that.
Yeah,
Just an example, I had to have a gallbladder surgery in 2010, I believe it was.
yeah,
And I contribute that to eating McDonald's, honestly.
yeah. She had like a real
I
greasy
had the
McDonald burner.
worst the most greasy
I don't know why you bit
McDonald's
into that, but
cheeseburger. It was one of the situations I did. I was going to lunch
yeah, yeah,
with one of our sisters, and I did not have anything else prepped. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just get something from McDonald's. It was just a cheeseburger. It wasn't even nothing crazy. And it was so greasy. I promise you, it was about 3 days had passed, and I was having this crazy pain in my side. And I got there, I got to the hospital. I'm just like, oh my God, I never felt this pain before. And didn't know what it was. And they were like, oh, we have to do an emergency surgery. You have to get your gallbladder removed.
yeah,
And when I asked what could it have been from, they were like, well, it's from like eating greasy foods. It's, and other things, obviously.
yeah.
But in my mind, I was like, that burger.
Yeah, if you think about a lot of the preventable deaths and a lot of deaths that happen in the United States at least are preventable. I don't know the specific figure. I'll put it on the screen, but it's a large number. A lot of them are health related and a lot of them are heart related due to our diet and the lack of activity we have. And that's one of the reasons we created this channel to give people like access to workouts that they can do that's not going to be too extreme, and at the same time give them information like with this video, and some helpful tips as far as how to overcome that. Because when you're losing weight, you're not just losing weight, you're gaining years on your life. I mean, the weight isn't just external and in Instagram pictures, it's
Yeah.
smothering your organs and stuff like that. And I don't want to trigger people or make be alarmist, but it is important for you to start going down that journey of fitness. And as a matter of fact, we created a workout here for people. So if you're watching this, you can go right from this video and go into that workout. It's a 20-minute walking home workout. It's something that anybody can do. You can even modify from the workout video, and you're literally gonna walk. We can give you some tips in that video, and my finger just popped. And it's gonna get you started on your journey. The thing is to get started. When I first got started, I started on elliptical, 10 minutes per day, then 20 minutes per day, then 30 minutes per day over a course of about 3 or 4 months, and then started doing fitness DVDs. So that's elliptical. So just getting started is what you want to do, because so many of us, we get into a situation, as maybe you, to where it's like, man, I want to get started, but it all is so intimidating. A workout doesn't have to be intense or extreme for you to start and to start on your path and start to losing weight. So you just want to start doing something. Slow growth is better than no growth. All right. For Tiffany, it took her a year to lose 50 pounds. And for some people hearing that, it's like, man, a year. But if you think about how many years it took to gain that weight or to
Yeah.
maintain it, it's crazy how resilient the human body is, that we even have an opportunity to lose that weight in just a year or 6 months or however long, depending on what your goals are and the intensity level that you go at. All right. So just having gratitude that your body is on your side. I know you probably not in my thighs, not in my stomach, right? But your body is on your side. You just gotta work with it. All right. We gotta look at food as something more than like taste devices or food pleasure. and really look at it as an opportunity for fueling our bodies and stuff like that. So I don't even know what question we're on, but I just felt that was important to
No,
say.
because just one more
Yeah.
thing. I'll make it quick. But like one thing that I've been doing, like literally lately, like within the last few days, is I've been trying to figure out what foods give you, what type of vitamins and, you know, basically just experimenting with, man, if I eat this, will it give me more energy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And that's also something that can motivate you guys to like, help out with your diet, because if you make it fun, to where it's like a challenge, like, you know what, if I eat, some oranges for a snack as opposed to this, will I have more energy? Will I be able to,
Yeah.
walk longer, whatever? I mean, there's just,
And I'll be honest, what's measured gets managed. So, like, I would say, you could try to. That is one way to go on about it, and I think that is a healthy way. It is also important to try to, even if it's for a period of a week, or even take a full day. Say, I'm going to just eat everything I regularly would, and track it for that day, and it will open your mind to say, okay, this is how I've been gaining weight. You know,
yeah.
um, and I know so many people, like, they get into weight loss and they're like, oh man, I only lost half a pound, or I'm not losing any weight, or I gained 1 pound. Look, all of that may not sound successful to you, but it actually is success when you have context. If you were gaining 5 pounds and you gain one, then you're gaining less than you were before, and that's better. All right, better isn't best necessarily. It's better, and better is good. Better is good, and from that you can learn, go back, reassess, and do even more better. You can do betterer, right? And maybe you never make it to best, but you're working on yourself, and you're getting better. All right, so like I said, slow growth is better than no growth, and yeah, just take baby steps. Don't I know once you have that awakening and you have that breakthrough moment, you're like, oh my God, who am I? I got to do something about it, right? And that usually leads to urgency, which is a dangerous place to be in, because the fitness industry has so many things set up to prey off of people who have those urges and say, hey, look, here's this quick thing, here's this quick fix. Like I said, weight loss is not going to be quick, and it's not going to be linear. It's a journey, and if you're rolling with me, it's an adventure, because we're going to make it fun. All right, if you're rolling with us actually on this channel, it's going to be fun. The next question is, it's pretty much a basic question, is how often do you work out, which is an important thing to know. I kind of gave some spoilers to this earlier, but
Yeah.
we've changed recently.
So starting out, we were working out pretty much 7 days a week, because the seventh day was a rest day, but it was a stretch.
You stretch.
So 6 days a week, like as far as cardio, strength, things like that, for an hour a day.
Mm.
Now we do pretty much just 30 sometimes. Well, you on the other hand.
Well, we're not talking about me. This is about you and your weight loss.
Yeah, so now we're doing 30 minutes a day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is great, because it works better into her schedule. She has, and now she stepped it up more with diet. So to give you a little bit behind the scenes, we were doing 60 minutes per day, but the diet really hadn't changed. But exercise is a great opportunity to build self-discipline that you can then use in other areas. So if you're working out every day, like, man, I'm working out, I'm not really seeing the results, and the workouts are getting results for other people, you then say, hey, what else can I do? And it's like, oh, it might be the Haagen-Dazs. I'm throwing so many brands under the bus, but it may be, the Ben and Jerry's. Since they have some crazy flavors, let's throw everybody in there. Yeah, and so you then say, you have to. It takes time, all right. It takes time because you go through cycles and you go through seasons and you learn things and you have some losses, you gain some weight, and then you say, okay, what did I do that worked? What did I do that didn't work? And you discover yourself. It's your personal workout journey. All right, so it's important to be honest with yourself. Have somebody's going to keep you accountable. Keep other people accountable, which is a great way for you to stay motivated. And learn. It's a process, and that process takes time. Don't rush into it. If that's one thing I can stress a lot. I know we want those results right now. It's a Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now, right? So I mean, the all you can do right now is focus on moving forward and not really trying to expedite things. Do things in the time that they're intended to be done, and lose weight. And everybody's different. Yeah. So we started off doing 60 minutes per day. We did that for anywhere from 150 to, man, we did that for about 250 days.
Yeah.
We just started on
Yeah.
30 minutes. It might have been 300 days, honestly. Yeah, about 300 days or more. 60 minutes per day. Towards the end of that 300, we started moving to more of a 5-day schedule. And then now we're on 30 minutes because the habits are in. It's not a question. It's like, yo, we're doing these workouts. What we doing? Not, are we going to do it? Which is great because, we're in this thing together. And now we're doing workout videos, which is amazing. I didn't expect our workout journey to go this direction, but just keep going. You'll be surprised as far as where you go. But yeah, 60 minutes per day. Now we do 30, at least 5 days per week, but usually 7, which is a rest day as well. So like 6 days per week with a rest day. The next question is, how long before you started to see results?
I kind of touched on this earlier, but first results I saw was me, just me having better sleep, sleep patterns, not so much insomnia, which I said, like, personally for me is really big because the medicine that I have to take gives me insomnia. So me working out just combated that pretty much. Now if I stay up, it's because I'm just staying up. You know what I mean?
There's always opportunities to improve.
But I honestly didn't even notice some of my physical changes. Millionaire did. And he would tell me, like, you look really nice. Oh, I could see. Oh, okay, I see that your back is. That's the first thing he told me.
Yeah, her back started getting stiff first.
And I was like, I can't see that. So,
and that's crazy. To me. You gotta have somebody who got your back.
But I want to say that, like I said, that was probably.
You watch my back, I'll watch yours. I'm sorry, I'm a father of 5. I do dad jokes. Go ahead.
Probably about 4 to 6 months in.
Yeah.
I want to say where I'm like. I felt it though. I could feel that I was changing as far as like I was able to lift heavier weights after maybe 2 months.
There was so many things. It depends on what you call results. Like one thing that was very difficult for her and my daughter because they both have flat feet is any standing anything, not just cardio, but like squats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one thing that's awesome is their feet adapted and got stronger the more, they were used. I thought about getting like some, not orthopedic, but like different type of insoles and stuff like that. And I was advised against it and I studied on it. And it was like your feet will get stronger. And so they had to go through the pain and eventually it did get better. So something like that was a great result that they saw maybe within a month or two. Yeah. Maybe within a month. Getting better sleep.
Because calf raises used to be insane for my feet.
Still don't enjoy them, but...
yeah, but it's more the muscle pain now than the foot pain.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that. I thought it was still foot pain.
Yeah, no.
But we got some foot rollers, I'll probably insert some, footage here of us using that. Like in between workouts, everybody has their own struggle and their own journey and stuff like that. So, and we have different bodies, even identical twins have different bodies and they have different experiences in those bodies. And your body adapts to the form that is in the most, right? So if you're sitting a lot of times, your body will adapt to sitting if you're moving more, etc. All right. So I guess that answers that question. We'll move on. The next question is, what habits did you need to change in order to have success?
Habits. I guess just my mindset on what working out really meant. Like for me, it was just like, oh no, working out. Like my thoughts was like, working out is punishment. I know it's going to be good later, but right now it's so much pain because of the weight that I have or the issues I have or like my muscle pain or something like that.
She thought I was crazy because I love working out. She's
like,
he's just crazy.
How do you? And I would tell him like, I want to be that person that loves working out. I don't know how you're doing it. I still don't know how he's doing
working out for me is freedom in my body, honestly. I feel free. I feel like a bird flying as a human running, if that makes any sense, or like moving around. Like this is the way that the human body moves. And I feel alive. I feel young, so I love exercise. I love moving in different ways. I love inspiring other people. I could talk about this all day, but this video is about as long as it needs to be on that. Go ahead.
So one of the habits that I absolutely had to change was, first of all, getting up and having get things done before our set time. One thing that Millionaire is a stickler for is time.
Time waits for no one.
That's the only one no excuse type of thing. You don't say no excuses, but that's like,
well, it's set in stone. It's time.
It's set.
It's time.
And I need that, honestly. So that helps me out. It's not, anything that I'm mad about. But if I need to get anything done, I needed to. So me being on time and ready for these workouts is something that was a big change for me, because it was
Yeah,
like, okay, it's time. So I'm like, now instead of him having to tell me that, I'm
yeah.
like, okay, I need to be downstairs, ready, dressed, water ready, everything.
Are there some things like mentally that changed, or um, maybe even back in diet or anything? Like what tips or you can give people as far as like habits that helped you along the way? Do you move around more? Do you sit less, lay less?
I developed a habit of like getting back in the bed, not under the covers necessarily, but just sitting on the bed, like in my room to watch TV. Now, I'm trying to stand more.
What we're talking about here is called NEAT, N-E-A-T, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. I'll put it up on the screen. And what that is activity that you do throughout the day that's not exercise, not sleeping, not eating, that adds to, burning calories. So things like fidgeting, things like standing, moving around, pacing, stuff like that, it helps burn calories. Now, it's not a whole lot, but when you think about losing weight, it's helpful not to think about it as like instant. Think about it compounded over time. Like, say, for instance, you have a soda, and the soda is, I don't know, 170 calories, maybe 240, depending on what you're drinking. And let's say you have one soda every single day for the next year, or let's say next 100 days to make the math easy. That'll be what, 100, 0, that's 17,000 calories, right? 3,500 calories in order to, gain a pound of weight. So 3,500, 17, boom, carry that. It's 14. Yeah, so that's about 4 or 5 pounds. So, if you multiply that times 3 into 300 and a half, that's 4, 5, 15, about 17 pounds a year if you just drink one soda. Sorry to take y'all through the math and have to do mental math on camera, which is even more intimidating. But y'all can calculate it. I'll probably put the accurate number here. But if you have one soda per day for the rest of the year every day, then that's an additional 17 pounds per year just in soda.
That's
So
not including food that you're
yeah, the
eating,
food that
other
you're eating and stuff like
drinks.
that. So that's one way to look at it. And I don't want people to go into an unhealthy way of looking at stuff like that. My drink of choice, water. But if you look at other things that you can do, taking a walk with the kids or walking the dog, for 30 minutes or an hour,
Cleaning the house, which
cleaning the
is
house.
something that,
Yeah,
is helping me out.
those non-exercise activities added over time. And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at activity over time, not anything quick. Those lead to better posture. It leads to burning more calories, and it leads to the results that you're actually looking for. And it really comes down to changing habits. While you're looking at the scale and looking at the weight and saying, I weigh this much, I think it's way better to look at your habits, because those habits determine the weight. It's kind of like if you were in school and you're looking at your report card, which is your weight, and you're not looking at the activity. You didn't turn in your assignments. You didn't show up for class. You were talking. Am I describing high school? You were talking in the back of the classroom. Um, and then you're looking at. You say, "I got a D. I need to get this D up." You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use another letter for no innuendo. I need to get this F up. Okay, that's not good either. I need to get this C up. I need to get this C up, and maybe you do need to get F up, right? I need to get this C up. How can I, do that? And you're only looking at the results as opposed to the activity. Look at the habits. Are you studying at night?
Yeah.
To make it about the school analogy. Are you showing up for class? Are you doing extra assignments? Are you helping out your peers and learning more? Are you learning outside of school? Right? So that's what it comes down to. Look at your habits and form healthy, constructive habits that will lead to positive results in the future. If you're doing things for just right now, it's almost like living paycheck to paycheck, which is the thing. I'm not hating anything, but it is better to have a plan for the future, because your visibility is longer, and you won't be disrupted by like short-term things a lot quicker than that. So yeah, focus on habits. And then another thing is that having a limited belief system. That's one thing that, maybe Tiffany doesn't even understand that happened. A lot of this stuff, as you're going through it, you might not understand it, but, even thinking, hey, I can't do something. Like, oh, I don't like workouts. Oh, I don't like cardio. Oh, I don't like vegetables. These are belief systems that you've already prejudged the situation. So it might be a new vegetable, A new vegetable to you, right? They invented a new vegetable. Please stay away from it. But it may be a vegetable you haven't eaten before or something exotic, right? You might see some jackfruit tacos. I'm like, I'm not eating no fruit tacos. But if you have jackfruit tacos, you might like jackfruit tacos. So give those a shot. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they got some good one at Whole Foods. But yeah, having a limited belief system, it's like giving up before you even try something. Try it out. You might not like hit exercises. Or some people saw our standing exercises and say, I'm used to the crazy, extreme
Extreme.
workouts
Yeah.
Millionaire does. And somebody did the workout and say, you know what, this is a warm up for my leg day. This was great. Or man, this is great on my joints. Try different things out. Find out what works for you because something is going to click. All right. I'm sorry. One more thing. Learn from your shortcomings. All right. You're going to have moments when you relapse. You're going to have moments where you don't feel like working out. You're not going to be motivated. Allow yourself to not feel like working out, but still come and work out. Focus on consistency and accountability more than motivation. All right. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and it goes. And it's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. If you ever manage to do that, it's hard to do it twice. And so if you're basing your results on motivation and needing motivation to get started, then it's going to be very difficult for you to achieve results because it's so volatile, right? So if you have a shortcoming, and this is why I say I don't believe in no excuses, I just say I believe in obstacles, and obstacles can be overcome. So if you have something like, say for instance, you wake up, you're like, I'm not motivated to work out because you stayed up all night, then say, hey, next time I'm going to go to sleep on time. And then you say, you get to the workout and say, man, I'm sore though. I'm like, well, maybe next time stretch. So learn from your experiences, be honest as you observe them, and move forward. Learn yourself. And it's something nobody can do for you, like losing weight and stuff like that. So be proud, of the success that you're having and just push forward. So, as I said, we're going to get to the next question, which is, what were some of the biggest barriers, nice segue, in your journey so far?
I guess I would say my mindset, because I did feel like there were certain things that I couldn't do. And knowing how far ahead you were than me, you know what I mean? That kind of made me feel like discouraged a little bit
Well, comparison is the
initially.
thief of Hoy. Don't steal from yourself. Go ahead.
No, but I would always feel like, man, like even now, sometimes when we're working out, I've gotten better with it, but I'm like, I should be able to do this. Like,
That's a good one.
yeah, it's like you shouldn't be able. If you can't do it, then you work on it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm still working on it, but I've gotten way better. But just knowing that, hey, I am where I am. If I want to do better, I could, I have to work at it or whatever.
And a follow-up question to that is, what have been the biggest changes and benefits in your life since losing weight?
Well, definitely feeling better.
Yeah.
Feeling like myself again, almost.
That's real talk. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I'm happier. That's one thing. I would find myself before just with like a crazy, range of emotions. Like sometimes I would be super sad, sometimes I'd be really angry, didn't know why. And very few happy days. Even though I had things to be happy about, I just personally didn't feel like I felt like I would just be going through the motions to seem like I was happy for my family. And now I don't have to pretend like I'm genuinely happy. Like I wake up with a smile on my face. It doesn't matter
She be
who's
dancing.
around. Yeah, I'm dancing again. That makes me feel good.
I wasn't even talking about that. I'm talking like just dancing through the house. But like she
Yeah.
started dancing again, with something she always loved doing. But yeah, I've always loved her, but it's like she turned it up another notch. I feel like I got my high school friend back. Like I feel like, no, seriously, like, man, she's more confident. And confidence goes a long way. And that's why I said earlier, like, live now, act as if, go into it. When I shot my first YouTube video, I shot it like I had 1 million subscribers. And I shot it on a 7 megapixel camera with no flip screen at a ghetto park, notorious for gang members. And so I had to look around every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But I shot it like, yo, what's up? It's Millionaire Hoy, and I brought the energy. I didn't even know if I was in frame. And when I got home, I had to look at the footage. But I like acted as if, make a declaration that you are going to change. And not even that you're going to change, that you've changed. And you're just in the process of it. And feel proud of yourself. If you're doing an activity right now, be proud as if. Don't wait and be like, man, until somebody sees it.
Yeah.
Live that. Live it.
Also, I like taking pictures again.
Yeah.
Now I'm taking.
She take a whole lot of. Somebody's vain now, actually. She takes a whole lot of photos.
Yeah, I feel
I
good
love it
about it
though.
though. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel good about it.
I'm happy her smile is back more. It comes out a lot more now, which brightens up our day. And I have these shirts here that says healthy wife, healthy life. And one of the great things is, and I really mean that. And what I mean by that is with Tiffany, she's pretty much the person in the family that holds the entire family together. Right. And not just our family, our extended family, our siblings, our parents, our cousins, everybody, and honestly, I'm make her blush a little bit. Everybody who knows Tiffany's life is better by knowing her because she brings so much value and just so much positivity to everybody. And so by her changing her diet, guess what? That trickles down into what the children are eating. It gives them a different example and it changes the culture within our house. And so I truly mean it. A healthy wife. I know the saying is happy wife, happy life, but healthy, and happy makes for those as well throughout everyone's life. So I'm just happy to see her smiling more and living because I know who she is. I know what she has inside of her. But being in a dark place, for her, she was having a hard time accessing that, and so I'm glad I was able to help bring that light back out of her. And not saying she didn't do the work; she absolutely did all of the work coming in, bringing it. But I'm happy to see her smiling again and being herself again. Hey, some love. And so we're gonna go into our final question. Once again, if you have any more questions after watching this super long video, which I'm not gonna apologize for because it's value in this video. Some people not gonna want to watch a whole lot of the video, but some people will, and it's gonna mean something to you. And enjoy. Our last question is, what are your biggest tips for getting started? Because that's where a lot of people find themselves stuck. Is at the start. So.
I say just start. Honestly, it sounds simple. It's like, oh, what kind of tip is that? But honestly, certain things that may motivate other people don't necessarily motivate me. Or it can motivate me, but for like a few days or a week. And so if I want to continue on, the best thing for me to do is just to actually do it. And so I feel like if you have that feeling in you where you feel fed up about where you are in your fitness journey in your life or whatever, just start. Whatever it is that you want to be doing, just start doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit to that because yes, you want to start right, but I've had problems starting some things I shouldn't have. I started a little too early, right? So you want to start in a way. I don't want to say easy, but you want to start doing something that's sustainable, right? So a lot of times when you come into a workout situation, it's like I need to do the extreme, I need the craziness right now. I got a lot to lose, and you may end up injuring yourself, and then guess what? You're sitting it out, So now
Yeah.
you're injured. Depending on where you're injured, it could be 6 months, and that time, if you would have went gradually, you could have built up the strength, and had progressive overload over time to get there. So you want to focus on not what's flashy, not what's quick, but what's sustainable. What can you do consistently? And being honest with yourself. Can you work out 3 days per week? Can you work out 4? Can you work out 5? What's the truth for you? What kind of workouts can you do? Like I said, we have our 20-minute walking workout. That's a workout we feel that anybody can do to get started. As a matter of fact, at the end of this workout, if you're saying, I want to get started right now, go right to that workout and we'll put a link. Actually, we'll put a card up and a video thumbnail. Go right to that workout, do it. And then what I want you to do to show that you're going to be accountable is type, hey, look, I saw your weight loss video. I did this workout and I'm started. I have started and I'm now on my path. And you will be into your workout journey. That's all it takes. Action. All right. Having too much confusion leads to procrastination. Procrastination leads to nothing. All right. So
Yeah.
have a plan, but in the meantime, you could do something like that. Get started and something that's sustainable. I did elliptical 10 minutes per day. That was sustainable for me. And then I gradually over months moved up and then over years went into more intensity. So I absolutely do agree. Get started, but as you get started, do it sustainable. So any other big tip for getting started?
Absolutely. Have fun. As much fun as you can possibly have. Because it's gonna be some pain, so you may as well have some fun too.
Yeah. And allow yourself to have those days when you don't feel like working out. I really mean it because consistency beats everything else. It was the tortoise that won a race, not the hare. Honestly. So just allow yourself. If you don't feel like working out, always bargain and always negotiate with yourself. And that's one thing when we talked about motivation, like how to stay motivated. Like I'll make deals with Tiffany, and I'll make pretty good deals. Like you can't beat this deal. Or like just to put one of our deals on blast, for one of the workout goals and that she has, I say you hit this goal, then we're saving up to buy a house. I'm like, you get to pick the house we buy. And who's gonna say no to that?
You can't
Right?
say no to
You
that.
can't say no to that. So, and that's to throw you guys. I know it's probably some husbands like, man, you didn't. I'm watching this with my wife, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, just you all carve out what kind of deals you want. I know what really motivates her. She loves homes. She loves, she loves a lot. Bags, clothes, all that good stuff. But makeup. But just knowing her, knowing what motivates her, and then helping her out with that. So yeah, when it comes to staying motivated and getting into working out, look at things that are called non-scale victories. Those are things that are not related to just the scale. We get so much into the numbers, and we're human beings. We're not calculators. We're not robots. We have emotions, and just trying to suppress those emotions and put them to the side isn't a healthy way to go about this. Do what's sustainable. Find a healthy way to go into your journey and be proud of yourself. Allow yourself to not always be perfect. If you slip up and have a piece of pizza. If you slip up and have a piece of pizza, don't beat yourself up about it. If you are having pizza 3 times per week and now you had it once, that goes back to being better and at best, right? And so that's an improvement. And then you might go down to a slice. You might be a Ninja Turtle if you eat all this pizza. I don't know. But you might then go into, 0. So just be proud of yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. A lot of what we do in our culture is a lot of self-sabotage and, self-hatred. And, it seems like the more destructive that you are, the more you're applauded for it. So just try to have a mature approach and a healthy approach into weight loss. Is there anything else you want to add? No. Yeah. We covered everything, guys. It's over. You got all the information. No, but for real, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Thank you so much and we're going to try our best to answer those questions. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. I take time very seriously. Tiffany takes time very seriously. And, this time you'll never get back. Hopefully what we've done with this time is valuable and it leads to you having more time in your life by having a healthier life and having a happier life as well. All right. Thank you all so much. Make sure that you check us out on our Instagram page. If you haven't already, subscribe and continue to bring content that's helpful, not any clickbait or any, a fluff. We're trying to genuinely help people here. If you know someone who this video can be helpful to, share it with them. I know exercise and weight loss is a sensitive subject, but just say, hey, look, man, I found so many tips in this video. Check it out. You're going to love it. I know you've been working out or whatever. This is a great video for it. So share this video with people and we're going to continue to bring more here. All right. Thank you all so much. Until next time we come back and kick some more butt with you all or give you some more information. It's Millionaire Tiffany Hoy. Take care. Peace out.